so I'm taking the last half dozen lambs to Ruswarp. It's actually a bank holiday Monday for May Day, bank holiday Monday, but Ruswarp have always had a normal market that day, and also the May bank holiday in between the 20s of May. I don't know what date it is exactly. They're having a normal market that day. I don't know if it's a good idea to take it there, but presumably it'll be the normal buyers there. So these last half dozen were among the smallest and the weediest originally, except they are, because two of them particularly are massive. I think they'll be probably sold separately, and there'll be 55 kilos plus. The others are much really. One's a bit smaller. It's not bad though. So I think the two 55 kilo ones will be 180 to 200, maybe 190. We won't know until they get the papers sometime later in the week. And it seems a bit ridiculous going with 6 sheep. Well, I knew this was going to happen. It was just the way it worked out. I couldn't take them. The last load was 10, and it did occur to me I probably could have just rammed them all in just about, but Jesus, it would have been a full load, because even when they were bringing them from the when they were weaned, I was already putting like 15 to 20 in, and they were far smaller. So these, to be honest, the sheep themselves aren't all that big, but they're just very woolly, so they look enormous. I suppose if you're watching the video, it looks like you go quite a long way, but it's not that far. It's about 18 miles, and I've never really checked it, to be perfectly honest, exactly how far it is. I see there was a bit of grass on the road there from Lily's direct cutting grass at Broadgate and carrying it back to home, because I don't know whether they've had their cows out at all earlier on, because it was sort of nearly dry enough for a while earlier. They often have them out at the end of March, but I don't know what happened, but that's a shitty ass sheep. Anyway, he's direct cutting because he's out of bales and out of clamp and everything else. Well, maybe eking what's left out. But it's not a comfortable situation to be in. The trouble is, it's also time consuming. There's plenty of other things I'm sure I'd rather be doing this time of year. But we've all had problems. So I've hardly got any slurry out. I had a bit of a go. Earlier, was it in April? Whenever, anyway, I got the 2 or 3 fields done at home, and that was it. I haven't been able to do any more. And I mean, I see last year I was doing the 2 hay fields opposite about now, but I can't do that, because it's just far too wet. I can't even go in there with to fertilise. Although probably it might still be possible later this week, but there's other things I really ought to be doing, frankly. I have half a dozen calves to do, and that's not such a big thing really, but it's easier said than done to just get the buggers before they go out. Last half dozen calves. 2 or 3 are quite big, and 2 or 3 are quite, you can hardly tell you have horns. One especially might not have horns. He looks a bit like a poll to me. So it just wants a second tag in. Oh, and then there's another one. I did deorn it, and I let it out without being nipped, because I made a mistake. And it definitely needs nipping. The Dutch camper van. Oh yeah, quite busy. You have a school warning light on, there's no school. Co-op's open. Anyway, we have quite a decent forecast as the week goes on, but having said that, both today and tomorrow are nothing special. Tomorrow looks like being another North Sea day with 11 degrees and mist and fog. But then after that it picks up dramatically with we might even reach 20 degrees by the weekend. Don't know how long it'll last, but 2 or 3 days like that will make a big difference. So where my cows will be going out towards the weekend, it may not be till the weekend, I don't know, we shall see. So I need to get, as much as anything I'm mainly concerned about getting these calves to yard, which it'll be, well, I could have done them in one day, but realistically it'll be 2 3s I would think. Seems a lot busier than normal. I mean, obviously it's bank holiday, but it's still quite early. It's 9:30. I'm not quite sure what to expect really. What are people doing? Whoa. This is the one bit you don't really want to meet anything. Just along here it's hellish narrow. Because there's a real steep, there's a wall at one side and a steep bank at the other, so you can't even cheat a bit by putting the wheel on the verge. See that field there, it's been blathered in muck at some point. It's got ruts, and especially on the top headland. I think he might be going to put potatoes in there. Whatever they're doing, they made a right mess. That one's got loads of grass in it. I mean, there's plenty of grass, it's just it's so wet everywhere. I have a reasonable amount of mine at home, apart from over the river. Not in there, look. The grass is doing really well. At Jackson's. I usually have a few lambs left right at the end of April or early May. Anyway, they're gone now. I have in the field where they were, there's still four yows that were supposed to go cull, but soon after Christmas it was obvious they were in lamb, so they've had lambs. going to have to more or less push out after these two have gone past the pier. It's quite good that way. It's a lethal junction, this. There'd been a... I don't know if it was a fatal accident, but it was an air ambulance accident. But I don't think it was actually there. It said it was near Danby. They were a bit vague about where it was. But there's a few junctions on here not much better. I don't think it was a fatal accident, but they had the air ambulance in and the road was closed for a number of hours. So where did all this traffic go? There must have been at least 500 vehicles on this road, so suddenly have to go somewhere else. I mean, if you know in advance, you can go somewhere else from the start, like down the coast road or something, or just not go at all if you don't need to go. But anyway, whatever. But this road is a bad accident rate because it's a major holiday route. People are driving it, they don't know the road, and they're sort of tired because they've driven a long way. They've got kids arguing in the back because it's a holiday and it's too hot. But it's a silly problem in a way. It's that date bunching, like bank holidays, bank holiday weekends, and weekends in general. Holiday cottage changeover day, which tends to be Friday or Saturday. So there's silly peaks that perhaps that is an area that could be helped by a bit of planning. Unnecessarily large peak volumes certain times of day, like now, because people need to be there sort of early mornings, sort of 9 till 10 to go to. If you're just going shopping, you want to be there by 9 or 10, don't you, ideally, most people's time. I'm going to have quite a few bikes going past. I can see one coming now. Oh, it says cafe open, and it is. I think that might be an XSR 900, I don't know really. I just look at the rear light. I didn't honestly see the bike as it came past properly. I saw it was behind me. I know it, I don't think it is. I still don't know what it is. I should know that. I tried to... oh, he's off that way. Having just overtaken me. Presumably there'll be a great big queue at these roundabouts. They can occasionally queue right back to about here. Must be a nightmare towing a caravan park. It really doesn't appeal to me at all. Because there's one in my shed that's similar to them two. I did buy it, but it wasn't really for me, if you know what I mean. Because someone else is going to have it as a payment for doing a job later on, hopefully. But anyway, I toured it briefly for where it was to sell in the village. What a nightmare it was. It was already touring on the normal road, but when you actually come to manoeuvre into anywhere, like reversing, I mean, I'm good at reversing. But with that thing on, the wheels are in the middle more, so the back end swings out in unexpected ways until you get used to it. You can't see what's happening to the back end at all because I don't have extending mirrors on. So come with the trail again. I haven't got my jack. I took it out. I should have had it today. I've got the keys to do the nuts. If you had a puncture, I'd be stuffed, mind you. If you've only got an empty trailer or a few sheet, you keep going. That's cheap for petrol because I bought some petrol for the quad bike in Gisborne. It was 148.9 probably. Man, they're taking the mickey in Gisborne because the petrol station was a bit cheaper. Has been bought up by Shell, who are always dear because they have I'm sure there's another Shell garage in Gisborne. Well, anyway, I saw another trailer had been down to unload, so there really is a market today. So until you actually see it, you don't feel there is. I don't think there's going to be many in. They've had only about 200 at best anyway. Last time I brought some there was quite a lot, but more like 300, 250 or so. There's not very many. People walking about in shorts. It's amazing. See how that caravan there, how he went round corner? Not a very sharp corner, the back end of the caravan sticks out. I'd find that very disconcerting. They had a, down here, they had a fatal accident 2 or 3 years ago now, where someone had been sort of leaning or standing directly in front of a wagon, and wagon driver just literally couldn't see him, and he set off and ran him over, and he went under the wheel. And well, he wasn't dead immediately. It didn't do him much good. He died later. Anyway, over the next few weeks and months, various painted things appeared on the sort of reception area, so where you're not supposed to walk and you are supposed to walk. I don't think people take much notice of it, but they have to, I suppose they felt they had to. literally 2 inches spare on the left against the bloody silly Mini with its mirrors stuck out.